Hello everybody, hope you're doing well. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to a video about the gap between those that are free to play, non-spenders, and those that are whales or spenders within the game, because this is a bit of a kind of an important topic, and it's definitely something that is going to have implications, especially as the days have gone on from Fun in the Sun deals, and what will happen in the future when it comes to things like Cyber Weekend deals, Everest content, Battlegrounds, Act 8.3, and much more. We're also going to be going over some community opinion and thoughts, so we're going to be talking about what you guys and gals are saying about the current state of things and how you feel maybe pressured, maybe not so pressured by the gap between free-to-play and those that are able to spend a bit. So, as a lot of us know from the Fun in the Sun deals, they're able to make and give progression. I must admit, I am really happy for those Cavalier players that saw their deals kind of sandwiched in with Thronebreaker, but it does leave me a bit of concern as to the future and a future progression title. I do think the Kabam are going to position to put a new progression title, because it kind of feels like that's where the game is going, and there's going to be this divide again between the point of a new progression title, people that are low Paragon, and then people that are high Paragon, and then that point in time when there's a new title. It happened in Thronebreaker, so if anyone says, no, that's not the case, that never happened, it did. It happened with the last progression title, which was Thronebreaker, July 4th deals 2021, if I'm being exact, and in those particular deals, we found that Thronebreaker and Paragon were basically all Thronebreaker. They were top end of Thronebreaker, elevating their rosters to a point that they needed a new progression title. Boom! Over the summer, it was I think it may have been. Yeah, over the summer, and it's like, boom, get yourself, you have to get this type of champion, do this particular content, and there we are, where we are. The sad thing about all of this is that it's a little bit of hypocrisy from Kabam's state. Kabam say units should only be used for revives and health potions, although they have put out some deals that are contrary to that particular notion, in that, hey, if you got lots of units, yes, if you're free to play, you can grind out a lot of units, but not a lot of people have the time to do that. You could spend your way. You could get a load of units and get yourself a lot of very tasty items from the tiers. But as well, for those interested in spending, you could really elevate things by, first of all, getting some units, but secondly, getting a good chunk of tier 6 class catalysts if you are definitely Paragon, and you're able to kind of get yourself, like, this is just mad stuff when you think about it. If the prolific spenders were going for something like the Black Panther's treasure, you're able to get yourself 3 50% tier 6 class catalyst fragment selectors. And look, if you, say, bought them 4 times, then you're going to be sitting on a nice tidy amount, aren't you, of tier 6 class catalysts, and making decisions about rank 2ing 7 stars, rank 5ing 6 stars, and I'm sitting on my my kind of non-spending account and going to myself, hang on a minute, I've got one that I've ranked up to rank 5. I'm just about to do a second one, and I am close. Well, I don't know if I am, actually. I don't think I'm close to a third one. I'm kind of like part way there. Once I've done things like Act 8.2, I'm sort of there, and I'm just thinking, I've done all the up-to-date content when I've done Act 8.2. Like, yeah, I'm not even coming close. And as I said, like, I kind of feel like I've done all of the content that's there in order to achieve some of the things. I don't know really what to say. Like, it's a problem. I had to look at this and go, like, is this my fault? Is it my fault for not doing arena for the good chunk of the year to grab milestones and grab units? I kind of feel that is the case. It shouldn't feel like that, especially as a player that has shifted to be non-spending. I want to feel like I'm getting that enjoyment from the game that I had when I first started, and choosing to switch to non-spending was the thing. But at the same time, I didn't want to feel like I'm sinking a lot of investment time into playing extensively to get a lot of this stuff. And this is tough, because it kind of feels like I should have done arena. I should have grinded up those units, because I needed to get up with everybody else, as in I needed to get some of the rank 5 6-star materials. I needed to get the tier 6 class catalysts, even the 7 stars, which are now kind of becoming a point of meta. to kind of like shift for, and with them being increased, it's tougher to get. It's tougher to get up to 15k 7-star shards, and obviously Kabam say differently, but you know, non-spending players are looking at it going like, well, how am I going to get up to this particular point? Normally there is a point in time when Kabam kind of like puts out more of the through depreciation. You'll start seeing a lot more things, like a lot more 7-star shards in side quests and 7-star shards in event quests, which we don't have at the moment. And a lot of these kind of tier 6 class catalysts, which slightly have gone into things like those Thronebreaker objectives each and every month. But I kind of feel like it is still at a point where it starts. Is this the point that the divide is so extensive and the gap becomes so extensive that Kabam have to think about, you know, increasing rewards to different side quests and event quests, and as well look at things like what will be Act 8.3. It looks like with Kabam saving some time on some stuff, when we get into Act 8.3, that, you know, it's going to be better for the player base. But as I said, still, like, you know, I'm yesterday, Sunday, I managed 100% Act 8.2.2. I'm going to try and do the rest of the quest this week, but I've got to do Battlegrounds. But I've got to do Arena at the same time. Well, now I have to do Arena, especially with these deals that we've seen. Again, my hand has been forced. It's been tied. I'm going to have to do Arena much more than I wanted to. And that is the case. I'm going to have to go, right, find some extra time in a day that is very difficult to do. But here's the thing, I'm not alone. I wanted to, for this video, look at what other people were saying when it comes to their thought process on it. Oh, by the way, I did do I thought it would be interesting to do a little community poll on the question right here. So I just put this live for a couple of hours and asked the question: after seeing the type of solo event and deals associated with July deals, will you be hoarding 36,000 units for Cyber Weekend deals? Even though it is a case of 67% were like, no, not doing it, 33% were still like, yes, they're gonna do it. And I think that's the problem, isn't it? It will shake up the foundations of people's kind of like farming habits. But as I said, I want to just like have a look at what, you know, other people are saying when it comes to these things. So let's kind of have a quick look, quick read as to, like, you know, what people are saying. And also, like, health is going to be important with this. I stopped being aggressive as a free to play. Yes, we do feel the difference, but now so much content to do every month. I'm just laid back and not worry about anything now. And thank you, Rich, for knowing our view on the topic. Oh, that's nice. But yeah, like, I agree with this. I've tried to be, my personal kind of thought on this is try not to be too kind of like aggressive and angry. Like, I kind of like, I used to be kind of like angry at Kabam, but then I'd spend on the game, like prior to the kind of the shift in 2021. And I kind of thought that was, I found it very, for me myself, it's very hypocritical to kind of like do that. So obviously I stopped spending, and then obviously things like Paragon become prolific and other stuff like that. So yeah, it's been a bit of a difficult thing. The gap is insane, and it makes playing Battlegrounds impossible. If I match with Well, who has a dozen rank 5s and a couple of rank 2 7-stars, with the rest of the deck being rank 4 6-stars or rank 1 7-stars, and that's tough. It is, honestly, it is tough. You know, as a free-to-play player and someone who enjoys the arena, I will say that yes, there is a major gap, but I realized long ago about free-to-play as a choice and will never be able to be top alongside spenders. With that being said, I grind out my milestones and gotten units from where I could either side quest or 22-hour events. Yeah, I bought the 750 bundles this time and nothing more. I'll see what the end of the year deals look like. I should have close to 30,000 units by then. And that's the thing, people are pivoting towards that in order to be as competitive as possible. Sorry if I'm skipping people. I'm free to play, was able to get a lot of stuff, including my first rank 5 with the 11k units I had saved up. So I guess there's something there, but again, it's at the point of, do you feel falling behind? And as Jeff says here, definitely falling behind, but I am fine with that. Kabam needs to make money, and people who spend lots of money should be rewarded. Well, that's a bit of an iffy one there, but it just, the point that I've had from this is that I feel that if there's competitive elements, the prestige element, the Battlegrounds element, matchmaking and a fair eco space for a competitive system is important. Some people say to me like, oh, it's just down to skill. And I see the point, and I agree with the point, but at the same time, you have to understand if you're going in as a Paragon player that's lower and going, I am matching against somebody that's rank 5 6 stars, and all you're sporting is a few rank 4 6 stars, or if they got 7 stars rank 2, there is going to be a misbalance. There's going to be a mismatch, and as well, if they got high signatures, something like Sasquatch, look, it's going to be very frustrating for a lot of players. So yeah, there's always two sides to this particular coin. There are three major concerns I assume most free-to-play or even paying a little will be facing. High-end rewards can only be achieved currently using money. Only no way or mode in the game is rewarded the same amount of high-end rewards in money store, which highly increases the gap between players. And this is what, I don't know if we'll see any improvements with Act 8.3 when it comes to deals and also rewards, because it causes a problem. The highest rewarding mode currently is Battlegrounds, which also requires the most stacked roster. So rich will get richer, gap will increase. True, I'm around 127 points in Battlegrounds, and I can win against more stacked roster. But when I face someone with like 10 rank 5s or 7 stars rank 2, no way I can outmatch that with rank 3s still and get 2 rank 5s, because that's the other point from it, isn't it? Like, if it's a case you go, oh great, well I did well, I performed well, but then you have to rely on the enemy to mess up, and if they've got something that's going to be out damaging you, then that again is going to be a problem with that one. But yeah, sorry if I'm skipping anybody that's kind of like, but it's just a case I need to, I don't want to make this video super long, but I want to get as much thought as possible. It's going to feel really bad when the next progression title is out and the requirements is catered towards the Wailing Top. And that could be the thing, innit? That could be the thing, that what you need to achieve, it's like you've paid to get to there quicker, and again, the ecosystem for getting that progression is difficult. Now, I'm sure Kabam will put something out like the Shooting Star Quest, but do bear in mind, that was an issue in itself, because you kind of felt like to get the furthest in that particular celebration event, you had to go further in the 7-star than the Shooting Star Quest. But if you were unable to like get there because you needed like 7 stars, and if you were duping those 7 stars, then that caused a problem. You weren't able to get further, less points, and less take home from rewards. So, and also unit spend, because that was another thing as well. You were felt obliged to unit spend before July 4th deals, which was kind of annoying. If you're then trying to go, oh, well, I should have saved those 5,000 units, I would have been close to getting a better deal. I don't know. That's just a theory. Nick says, I'm just worried about the next progression level. It requires 5 rank 3 7 stars or something like that. The low spending players are free to play will be totally screwed. So look, lots of thoughts there, and I will kind of like leave it at that particular point. Thanks to everybody that got involved with the comments of that particular community tab. Get involved with the community tab. We've got quizzes, we've got polls, we've got interaction. It's really cool. I'm glad to be doing that, and also getting video ideas from you lovely people. And we need to do some top 5s of champions soon. But yes, in any case, lots to take home with this. It is scary as to like the gap. And as I said, like for me, like I will have to do arena. I will have to be more involved when it comes to battlegrounds. 2 very grindy modes, and this is why I think time saving in other areas needs to be important, and also other content needs to be stacked better with rewards if a gap is seen as more of a problem. But yeah, what are your thoughts? Put it in the comment section down below, and catch you all later on. Scary times ahead at the moment. Is a new progression title definitely on the way. In any case, thanks for watching. Check it out. Check out other content, and bye bye.